Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Absolute Zero podcast. This is your host, Insanity, and we are now on our third episode. So far, the podcast has received some pretty well received reviews on it. I've seen a lot of people really like it so far, and I'm glad this is entertaining for you guys. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. We have a few things to talk about, namely with some of the past crew battles, as well as Genesis 8, and some projects that we have been working on, or more specifically, I have been working on, and it's going to be pretty epic, so let's go ahead and start off right now. First thing that we really have is the past couple crew battles. There is the time between recording this podcast and the last podcast was at least about a week, so there was a lot of crew battles that happened and that took place, so we're just going to go ahead and skip some of them and just talk about the ones that happened more recently. So a couple days ago, on the 20th, we had a crew battle versus Yo-Yo Uprising, and we ended up losing 3-0. Blue Mortar taking 5 stocks as the MVP, and everyone else taking 2. That's basically it for that report. There wasn't much to talk about besides we got really messed up after our lead, so that's basically it. And then yesterday, because today is 4/22, we had a crew battle versus Z-Access. We ended up winning 2-0 over them with Isakip taking 5 stocks and getting our MVP. Now, what I really don't like about crew battles sometimes is that you just straight up almost not get you could straight up not get a streamer to stream your crew battle, and no matter what you do, you have no stream to look at, so it's really annoying. But that's basically it for the past couple crew battles. Now I will say talk about one crew battle, and that was with King's Kluba, one of those. Glades with a 7 stock MVP performance. Glial also taking 5 stocks. Ico with 4, and it was a very really definitely a very big crew battle for us that day. It was basically a massacre, I'm not gonna lie, but very well played to both everyone that played. Absolute Zero taking 7-0 over King's Kluba. So now we're gonna go ahead and go on to the actual main podcast news, besides anything crew battle related, because I think this podcast, I'd like to keep this podcast off everything with crew battle specifically, and more about the crew and everything outside of it. We already have enough to deal with in crew battles, so I think I'm gonna be starting to report any crew battles that happened on these podcast episodes, and I think you guys might enjoy that. I don't know, maybe. So hopefully you guys are entertained by that, or at least like the idea. So we're gonna go straight into the podcast topics. Genesis 8, MKLeo winning Genesis 8, Gluttony getting second. Big chance for Gluttony there. Beating Spargo. Who else did he beat? He beat Cola, I believe, and he also beat, was it Myron? I think it might have been Myron. No, maybe it was Zamba. I can't remember. But Gluttony played out of his fucking mind. He straight up had a whole section of the crowd straight from France just cheering him on. It was really epic. After every set he won, he did like this little like who's your god now, or like or like this kind of pose, like yeah, I just did that type of shit. So it was like it was really cool to see him like really excited about winning those sets. But MKLeo absolutely just not even, it like the only match that was actually like close was the third match, and there was it was really just one-sided almost. So yeah, MKLeo taking it 8-0 over not 8-0, MKLeo taking Genesis 8 over Gluto. Spargo coming in third. Speaking of Spargo and MKLeo, there was a clip from Genesis 8.
Always seems to pan out. Oh my goodness, but getting that head straight up split.
Man, yeah, they're definitely kind of hard to recover in this old.
And look at that again, like Leo finds himself in a perfect position to just steal this game.
Okay.
Similar to game number 1, Spargo. It's a deja vu.
He's still living. I mean, I cannot believe it, but he's back. We are fighting right now, but not for long when you get dumpstered like that.
Scrapping at its finest right there between Leo and Spargo. Could have gone anywhere.
During the third match, I believe, and MKLeo absolutely destroyed Spargo on the last stock. It was the hottest fucking stock I have ever seen. It was so hot, and it was absolutely insane. You guys on YouTube will be able to see it right now. It was really, really insane. So I'm thoroughly impressed by MKLeo's skill of Byleth. Not like that means anything, but obviously we didn't get to see the Corrin. Some people were hoping that he was actually planning on going Corrin, but according to an interview that Coney did, he just he wasn't feeling Corrin today, or Corrin that day, or Byleth was just on his game. So that's basically what happened, and why he didn't go Corrin. So I mean, it worked out for him too. So he's incredible. And speaking of MKLeo, I actually have a session, first to 10 session with him on the 5th next month. So that'll be pretty cool. I think he might be streaming it. I'm not quite sure, but if he is, come watch me get my ass kicked. So yeah, that's basically it for top 8 of Genesis and Genesis 8 in general. Now we're gonna go into a little bit more podcast type rants here. So here's the thing with making these podcasts episodes. I live with 3 other people, a dog and a cat. It's very difficult making these podcast episodes, and obviously you might have seen some cuts in the footage, or I like straight up just keep stumbling my words, and I just lose my train of thought, and then I'll cut that part out, and then paste it back in there. So obviously those are some of the things that I do, but you guys might be able to notice that, but it's very difficult making these podcast episodes. I have to either deal with it, like I just have to deal with the loud the noises in the background, or I have to wait until everyone is gone. So either way, I don't think it matters that much until it's like actually a problem. But yeah, so just so you know, this is right here. Speaking of cuts, right here is going to be a cut right now at the 9-minute mark. And we're back now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section of what I did, or what happened as to why I cut the video. So if you guessed right, then maybe I'll give you a prize in the Discord. Who knows? That is not official, but maybe. So now again, there's a lot of problems that come with the podcast. You could probably hear my chair right now squeaking and like moving, and I might hit my desk accidentally. Oh my god, accidentally. See, that would be the type of shit I'm gonna cut out, but I'm gonna leave it in there just because it was pretty funny. That's the type of stuff that you would hear in the background, and it's really annoying, and I know that. And you probably could hear like some music in the background as well. I don't think it's very entertaining to listen to my voice just regularly. So I think it's more entertaining to listen to my voice over like chill beats, you know. So hopefully I don't get like taken down for that shit. I'm only a podcaster with like at most 25 viewers, because clearly the only people who listen is the people in the crew. So yeah, so that's basically some of the things with actually recording the podcast. Now, I usually try to record all of the whole podcast in one thing, but I might or something might happen where like an Amazon delivery gets delivered. I'm actually expecting an Amazon delivery to get delivered right now. Or like maybe my grandma needs something, or the people who I usually talk to in VC while I record the podcast make me laugh. And I had to restart, or I'll just usually cut that part out, but yeah, that's the type of shit that happens with like takes. I don't usually restart takes unless it's really bad, and I just have to because I lose my train of thought, and I'm not sure where it began or where it ended up last. So that's kind of the things with takes. It's like you could take like any moment that I did or that I've like cut out, and just say restart, then redo it all again. But I think that takes way too much time, and I just don't think that's productive at all. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. So now, yeah, so that's basically it with takes. Obviously, edits and takes are a bit different. Edits are more just cut out the specific portion, and takes are just restarting from scratch and redoing every single thing you said. On the first day, I did 6 takes because I kept... I can't remember what I did, but I got way too worried on what I was doing, and I just could not focus. Now I'm more like relaxed, and I'm just talking, and usually I just don't really care. So that's basically it. Now, what I'm using for the actual software is Audacity. Now, Audacity is a very, very good recording software. This is not sponsored by Audacity, by the way, but it's a very good recording software that I really recommend it. There's really not anything bad about it. I still am not sure how to take outgoing audio and put it on Audacity, so I'm gonna have to mess around with that and see if I can find anything on the old Google search. So that's basically it. Audacity is a really great program. Now, for actually editing videos, and if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see like an audio visualizer. So if you're on Spotify, you won't be able to see it, but hey, thanks to you for listening on Spotify, man. I really appreciate that. Make sure to favorite the podcast, and make sure to follow everything for updates. And again, you guys will be able to see everything, every new podcast Wednesday at 8 a.m. EST. That is Wednesday, 8 a.m. EST. But again, on YouTube, you'll be able to see like an audio visualizer. That is actually not from my recording software, but from a different website, which I'll get into later in today. Now, Wondershare itself is the music, the cuts. You'll be able to see the background stuff with like crew battles. By the way, the Z-Axis crew battle that I mentioned earlier should be playing in background right now, or maybe I'll do an earlier crew battle. So it all really depends. Obviously you have some of the text. You'll have my audio. That's basically it, honestly. There's not a whole lot of things to put on there. But the problem with that is I have to export it and then have the video visualizer put on. And that takes a little bit of effort because I have to take the actual video, let it upload to my video audio visualizer thing, and I got to put it manually where I want it to go. And if that ends up wrong, then I'm a little fucked up on that, and like I kind of get fucked up. So yeah, that's basically it. Now, as for the audio visualizer, I really hate Adobe. Adobe is one of the shittiest things that I have ever seen. I have to play, I wanted to get an audio visualizer. The previous audio visualizer I got was from a website that I had to export, and then it took like a day, and I was like, I can't have this take a day. So I had to find a different audio visualizer, and Adobe After Effects was one of the ones that I was like that first popped up, because Adobe is literally a god. Adobe has everything you need in one place, and it sucks ass. The pricing sucks ass. The company sucks ass. Now, in Adobe, you have to pay for the actual software. And if I'm wrong, correct me. You have to pay for the software, and you have to pay for the cloud service. And then you have to pay for the application, I believe. But not only that, if you pay it yearly as monthly, if you pause after the 14th, if you try to cancel it after the 14th day, you get billed the whole year. Not that month, the whole year. So you get, and then you have obviously the yearly option, which is like $234, and you have to pay that in bulk right there at one point, and you have to, and if you don't cancel 14 days after, or if you don't cancel before 14 days, I'm pretty sure you don't get your money back. So you have to pick the first option, which is objectively the best option because you can cancel at any time, no fees, but there's no refund, obviously. But you know what? That's fine. There's no refund. You have to pay that month, and the subscription service will end that month. That's how things should be. That's how that's supposed to be. Now, but the problem with that is that I believe like it was like 3-4 years ago, bought Adobe. I had a job, probably not even 3 to 4 years ago. I think it might have been 1 to 2 years ago. But I had Adobe. I had a job at the time, and I was like, I believe I needed a video editing software for to make transparent videos. So I was like, you know what? Let's get Premiere, Adobe Premiere Pro, and I bought it. And I made the mistake of buying the yearly monthly thing. So that was like really upsetting. But here's the worst part about it. Not only did I have to pay for the whole year, and it wouldn't, or I think I had to get, I think I had to pay for the whole year to keep, and then I would be able to keep using it until the end of the year. Not only did I have to do that, but I had to pay a cancellation fee of $239. I had to cancel the damn product for more than I bought it for. That is stupid as fuck. There is no reason for that to happen. There's no reason for that to even exist besides a money grab. If you don't like it after 14 days and you're like, oh, well, I fucked up, I need this program, but I can't, I don't need this program anymore, I don't like it, something's wrong with it, something, whatever is wrong with it, from your perspective, you have to pay for that year, or you get charged, and it's so fucking stupid. You have to pay for the cloud, you have to pay for the service, and then, on top of that, you have to have a cancellation fee. And the company's so shitty, and the products are so amazing, and it's just so awful. Because you have to either say, okay, I have the money, so let's just buy Adobe, or you have to find a different product, or a different service, and then you have to pay for that, and it's like 10 times better, and it's like, you know what? I hate this company, and it's so bad, and it makes me so upset that Adobe does that. So, and I'm glad because I actually ended up finding a different audio visualizer. I ended up finding a different audio visualizer. It's called Spectre, Specterr. It is pretty good, I think. I bought the unlimited version. Obviously, you can only upload and export so many videos, and the quality of the video isn't that well unless you buy. So, obviously, I had to pay for it, but I can cancel at any time. I can cancel it, no cancellation fees. Very amazing, good software. It's so good, and it's online too. I don't think there's an application download, but it's all online. You can close out the tab when you're rendering your video, and it's so good because you don't, if you end up, because I remember one of the online video editors that I used back in like when I was like 11 and 12. That it was sick. It was long ago. But one of them was if you had a video rendering and you close out the tab, all your progress was gone. So you had to make sure you kept that tab open. And if you didn't, you're gonna have a bad day. You probably already had a bad day when you clicked that button. Now, again, Spectre is a bit complicated. Last video, there was like black dots on the screen for YouTube. I don't know what that was, but that was from Spectre's side when I tried to chroma key the blackness out. I'm gonna try two different things today. I'm gonna try to green screen it so that there's just not any black and see if that works. And if it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna end up putting the full video with no audio or no visualizer into it, and then adjusting the visualizer then. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. Hopefully, hopefully the green screen works instead of the black screen. If it does work, then I will put it on right now. So, yeah. Hopefully it does work, so that you guys have an enjoyable experience. It'd be really funny if it didn't work, just so that I could like put a laugh track in and do some weird ass shit. But obviously, on the YouTube video and the audio, I can't really do that. So, yeah, that's basically it. Making podcasts is a lot more easier than I thought. You really just say what's on your mind or what you want to talk about, and then you talk about it, and then that's it. It's so fun because it's actually kind of a stress reliever and actually kind of event reliever. Obviously, I can talk about basically anything I want. It's my podcast, and I could really do anything. And it's a really fun experience. So if you are thinking about starting a podcast, I think you should do it. Obviously, you need to get good equipment. I think the only good equipment that you really absolutely need is a good microphone. I bought a HyperX microphone. Obviously, you can get the soundproof headphones with echoed audio so that you can hear your own voice and make sure everything's going good there. But you can obviously change that in settings, and you don't really need to have soundproof audio. But yeah, it's really fun making podcasts. It kind of rekindled my love for video editing too. I used to edit a lot of videos back when I was like 14. It was actually on Wondershare too, and I used to edit Pokemon roleplay videos. Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing, but it was basically romance Pokemon videos. If I can find like a clip of my video, I'll show you on the screen right now. Spotify, you guys won't be able to. Actually, you guys won't be able to hear it at all. But yeah, it was really cringy at the time. Obviously, do I regret it? No, because I think it was really fun. But do I find it very embarrassing? Abso-fucking-lutely. I don't regret it, but I find it very embarrassing. But yeah, it was basically just romance and action, and it was basically like a storytelling, and it was, to be honest, it was really fun making them. But I ended up stopping after a while because I ended up finding out that it was very cringe. What ended up happening, it was like when I was 17, 16, I had my best friends over. It was my birthday, we were all hanging out, and then everyone decided to make fun of me. And everyone decided, let's watch one of his videos that he edited when he was 12. Or when I was 14, or whenever I said I was. I literally cannot remember what I said, but we ended up watching a lot of the cringy videos that you guys see, or that you guys might see. Maybe instead of the crew battle, I'll put one on in the background. I don't know, but it was really embarrassing. A lot of people laughed at me, which was really funny. To be fair, I laughed along right with them. There was not a dull moment there. It was really funny. So shout outs to my friends for picking fun at my horrible decision of making Pokemon roleplay videos. Yeah, that's basically it. This podcast really does make me want to keep going. Hopefully this stays for a long time because I'm really enjoying this. And if it ends up pausing for any reason, or if it ends up, or if the crew even ends up disbanded, then, well, I might continue the podcast. This friend group is like insanely awesome. I think Absolute Zero is easily the best crew that I have ever made. But if the crew ever disbanded, I think I would continue the podcast, probably just talking about life, talking about things that happened or funny things that happened in the server, because I think something special about that server, and I think people who really engage with our members and people who really are comfortable in that setting, I think those people will stay until the server gets deleted, or it's like 5 years into the future and everyone forgot about us. And I think that honestly be what the case is. But I think the people who are really into this or are passionate about about this crew, I think a lot of people will stay no matter what, even if it's disbanded. Now, as to what you guys, or what would happen if Zero-K did disband, I'm not sure from a leader's perspective. I might just make it a hangout server. I'm probably going to make it a hangout server. But as for what I would do with like SES and shit, and I don't know how many people feel the same way, but I would stop playing crew battles, stop playing in SES. I might stream sometimes if I have the chance, for like other crew members who have crew battles that day, but I would not play, I would not create another crew. I would not play for another crew. I would not join another crew. But yeah, that's I'm gonna be honest, that's probably what I would do. I would probably try to go into making Discord bots for crews. Try and use the CB command as a global command instead of just 0K. So maybe you could like set your the place that you want to go, or like where your posting will go, and maybe that I can do that. But as of now, I don't have any plans for that. Now, this is a very good segue to go into the project section of what I have today to talk about. I have apparently 5 things to talk about with the projects that I'm doing. So, number 5, MV Beta. Yeah, but MV Beta, I'm currently really hard at work. I literally straight up just started coding again for the first time, or yesterday. It was yesterday, I think, or maybe the day before, but it was the first time I coded in a month and a half, and it was horrible. I could not do anything. I had to look up references online. I could not remember how to do a for loop, which half of you guys don't even know. But it's a really easy loop. It's basically just run this code over and over again until it stops to a certain point. And I could not remember how to do that. It was really difficult. And what's funny is that when I tried to do the for loop, I actually did it in Java and not JavaScript. The main difference between Java and JavaScript that I can remember is that Java is more application-based and JavaScript is more web-based. And obviously you have different similarities with those. Web-based is front-end and back-end, websites, services like Google and all that kind of stuff. And Java is like your PC or like a video game that you might play or anything along those lines. I know Minecraft runs on Java. So if any of you play Minecraft, that's what you are using as that's what Minecraft is using. It runs on Java and everything with that. So that's basically the difference. But back to what I was saying, I could not code. I tried to do a very difficult command, like straight up first bat, because I'm like, I've been gone. I'm ready. My brain has taken a break. I'm ready to start coding again. And I was like, I got the first command. I got this really difficult command. And then I was stuck for an hour. I couldn't do it. I was like, what do I do here? And I think that's mainly what mainly was the issue with the whole month and a half was that I straight up forgot how to organize my thoughts during code. It's starting to come back to me, obviously, but for example, I'll be coding and I'm like, okay, so this next part, or at least like about 2 months ago, I'm like, okay, this next part I need to have this, and this, and I need to have it in this order and have these certain things do this. And now I'm more like, okay, I need to generate a number. Then if that number is this or this, then I need to do that. But wait, no, because then it gets jumbled, and then I can't decide what to do, and it's difficult. It's a lot more difficult than I thought it would have been. So I'm glad it's starting to pick back up. I'm starting to get back up, and able to think more clearly. I'm still having trouble organizing thoughts in my head, but I'm starting to remember a lot more code. Obviously, if you guys haven't checked it out, for crew members and crew members only, you guys are now able to use the average command. This command was one of the things that I really wanted to do during my break, but I pushed it off and I kept on going, and now it's completely completed. You guys are able to see your average, see other people's average, and you're able to see rankings. There are 3 separate categories for the ranks. You have most stocks taken, the highest average, and actually no, there's 4 categories actually. Most stocks taken, most averages, or the best average, or the highest average, highest MVP count, and the highest amount of CBs played by a player. So I'm thinking maybe like every month, the person who has the highest amount of crew battle counts, or maybe something along those lines, they might get like a free roll or something along those lines. I'm not sure. Obviously, I just made that up on the spot, but I doubt that will happen. So again, this is only counts for the new season though. It doesn't count for past season, which I still have to update. Actually, I have not updated the stock averages as of late, or as of now. I'm probably gonna do it after this podcast is done. It shouldn't take too long, especially with how easy it is to update averages. Leaders, ask if you guys don't know how to do averages, then go ahead and DM me, and I will be glad to show you. But yeah, it's really fun to do this type of stuff. Again, especially now. And what's even more weird is that I take when I code, it's like everything starts flooding back to me. It's almost like that. Like every memory, every piece of function, And yeah, it's a lot more fun. I definitely enjoyed the month and a half of pure nothing. And I also hated it too, but I liked it more than I hated it. So obviously, I'm gonna try to avoid doing that again, because I really do not want to lose any of my coding skills, especially with how hard I'm having a time of remembering them. So yeah. I'm just gonna cut this part out. Where was I? But yeah. Now, with some things that I have planned for Umphy Beta, obviously I have some updates to the to-do command, and I have a lot more commands to work on. But one of the things that I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to make something like the Absolute Zero Awards, where I had you guys vote through a bot. I'm probably going to end up doing that, and I'm hopefully going to get it done this weekend or next weekend, or this next week, so that you guys are able to vote. I actually still have to make the announcement for the community members to DM me if they are interested in partaking in the summer event. So, and again, if you guys are interested, for the crew members listening, or anyone really who is interested in doing the Absolute Zero summer event, feel free to DM me, Insanity8590, that you want to be partaking in the Absolute Zero event. I'll add you to the list, and you guys, and that's basically it. Just make sure to remember the date. It's on June 18th, June 19th. Both start at 1 p.m. EST, so EU players will be able to play. It's on a Saturday and a Sunday, I believe. So that's yeah, that's basically it for the summer event. There's some reworks to it that I'm working on. Obviously, I have some things I'm going to work on with it, like I'm changing up the events that are happening. I'm changing up the style of it, and that's basically it, honestly. Obviously, you guys will be able to vote soon enough for the mystery, or the player voted in events that we do. So if you are interested, go ahead and vote. It'll probably I'll probably end up posting a message as the community message as well, that says like, hey, you guys can vote. You guys can DM me to get into this event. I'll probably do that too. Yeah, that's basically it. Now, everything in my life right now is like really big. That makes sense. I'm doing a lot of things. Obviously, I have Umphy Beta. Obviously, I have the crew and crew leading. Obviously, I have Smash. Obviously, I have the podcast. But I also have things in my real life. I'm job searching. I am house searching. I'm trying to get a car and a driver's license. And a lot of things are getting busy, but I think I'm handling really well. I don't think this will affect anything, anything outside of my life, will affect the podcast specifically. I'm doing them every day, not every day, but I'm working on it pretty much daily. Whether it's like thinking of, usually like 3 to 4 days, I'm usually just thinking of what to talk about. Like Genesis 8 happened a week ago, and I'm like, I could probably talk about this on the podcast. And then I talked about it earlier in this podcast. that's basically it. So yeah, that's it. Now, some of the things that I do want to talk about, not talk about, but more just say. I suppose it's not really talk about, but over the past past like year and a half, I've felt really. I'm not sure how to say it. Felt really slow. I wasn't able to think straight. I wasn't able to recall a lot of memories. Depression kicks my ass, obviously. Anxiety can kick my ass. There's a lot of things that can kick my ass. But I was like at an all-time low, like mentally. And my mental activity felt really low. And now that it's back. Oh, did I mention it's back? But but yeah, it was like really low. It was really annoying because I had to do so much and try to do so much, and I couldn't because I could not think. And it was a few days ago, and I ended up having a dream. It was about me and my girlfriend, just on a date. It was basically it, and we went everywhere. And then I ended up dreaming about I'm pretty sure it was in a doujin that I read. It was like that, and it was a man and a woman dating. It wasn't me and my girlfriend, obviously, but it was a man and a woman dating, and I was just there. I was just witnessing what was happening. But it was a man and a woman dating, and they get kidnapped, and the man is drugged up like hell. Like he can't. His mind is gone. Everything's just. He's just there, and he's watching his girlfriend. I probably shouldn't go into this, but he's watching his girlfriend do that, and he's just standing there crying, or not him crying, her, she's crying, and he's just watching her get completely drugged out, like beyond belief. And then the fucking guy doing that thing stabs her in the back while he's doing it, and it's like, what the fuck did I dream about? When I woke up and I was like, what the fuck was that? And when I woke up, I felt completely new. That sounds really wrong to say when I just dreamt about a woman getting stabbed, but I felt like I felt like my old self back when I was 16, 17. It was amazing. I felt everything. I felt all my stresses go away. I felt a lot of depression go away. I feel more relaxed. I don't feel so tense. I'm not as paranoid. And it's been a life changer, honestly. The past few days have been one of the best in recent memory. Like physically, obviously, I have amazing days a lot of the time, but physically, like doing shit and being productive and mentally has been the best day. These past few days has been the best day, best days. So, yeah, it's weird because usually I've never had that happen. And if you've had that happen before, where you feel really slow and your mental activity is just really down, comment below if you guys know what that is. I don't know if you guys do, but if you guys do, end up commenting it in the YouTube comment section. If you are on Spotify, don't even bother, because I don't think you want to go through all that trouble. From remembering my username to adding me as a friend and potentially getting blocked because we don't have any servers in common together, or I don't know you. Yeah, I don't think you want to go through that effort. But yeah, that's basically it. Now, there is one thing that I will say is that when I first released episode 1 of this podcast, and I was looking at what everyone thought of, or what everyone thought of it, and what everyone was like, ooh, a podcast, this is interesting. I was looking at it, and a lot of people wanted to be on the podcast. I saw like 6 people were like, can I be on the podcast? When am I going to be on the podcast? And I don't know if they're being serious, but if they are, you guys are welcome to DM me and join me on the podcast. I'd be happy to talk to you guys and talk to maybe even a group like 3 people or 4 people and talk to you guys about just random ass shit. And obviously you'll have to have your mic on to be able to talk. You won't need your camera, but please have a you will be required to have a mic. But if your mic is shit, if your mic is like really bad, then like, and I mean bad in the sense of you literally hear more background noise than front noise. Then don't even bother until you get a good mic or a new phone or whatever. But if you have like a decent mic and you're interested in coming on the podcast, feel free to DM me, Insanity8590, or ping me in the Absolute Zero server. Say, hey, I want to be on the podcast. And I'll put you on a list of people to bring on. I don't think next week I'll be doing a player-to-player, or I might end up calling the interviews. Like last week I had an interview with Ico, if you have not listened to that. Episode 2, it was a really fun time with Ico. But if I think I might be starting to call those heart-to-hearts. Obviously, there are a lot of references there. I get the reference from Xenoblade. Yeah, that's that. I'm probably gonna start calling these heart-to-hearts. I don't think I'll be doing a heart-to-heart next week. I might talk about some other things, but if I end up doing a heart-to-heart next week, then come back and yell at me. Or ping me in the Absolute Zero server and yell at me saying how stupid I am and how unfortunate and how dumb I was to do a heart-to-heart, even though I said I wasn't gonna do one. But feel free to if you want to. I don't really care. I mean, I would rather you not. I mean, I don't want to sound like an idiot, or I don't. I think that already was made clear. I don't want you to call me an idiot. But, I mean, that's up to you. Yeah, this has now run on for 54 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for listening in to the podcast. Obviously, there are a lot of things that I'm going to be cutting out. So it's probably going to go down to like 45, 50, around there. And yeah, that's basically it. That's yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning in to episode. Is it 4 or 3? Episode 3, I'm pretty sure. Imagine I get that wrong. No, because last week we did the Ico episode, which was episode 2. I was just talking about it. But yeah, episode 3. Thank you everyone for tuning in, for watching, and I will see you next week, or maybe this weekend. Wait, this is this weekend. I'll see you soon. Have a great day, everyone. See ya.